What's up, guys? I'm Polly, and this is totally not a film commentary about The Grudge. Specifically, the American version from 2004. It's an hour and 32 minutes, and its budget was $10 million. Um, so, for my pre-film notes, my thoughts are, because I saw this film when okay, so the film came out when I was in elementary school. I didn't see it till I was a little bit older, probably about in middle school sometime then. And then in high school I saw the Japanese version, which is way scarier, but also I saw the original One Missed Call, which is way scarier than the American version also. And people usually have an argument of what's scarier, the original Grudge or the original One Missed Call. I think One Missed Call, definitely. It is horrifying. But regardless, we're going over the American version, which has Sarah Michelle Gellar in it, Buffy. That's all I was thinking the whole time I watched the trailer, because as a kid when you're watching this, you don't think, "Oh snap, Buffy's in a movie." You don't think like that. But regardless, that's probably all I'm going to be thinking about the whole time we're watching this. Also, the now seemingly overt use of, you're gonna hear me stirring my tea. I promise it's not a Get Out type situation. I just mixed honey in with my tea. But the overt use of CGI and other special effects, I feel like that is what made this movie horrifying back then, like in 2004. But I don't know if it holds up now. Let's see, I would have been like 9, and we used to go on like the website, the companion website, or like play the little game, which was terrifying also. The house is just dark. Like, such a use of blues, you know? But I guess we'll see, because that's what I remember. But yeah, overall, it had a pretty good trailer. It was a relatively nice trailer. Not the worst trailer I've seen. For the time it came out, it's a perfect trailer. I am surprised that this is a PG-13 movie. I thought it would be rated R, but PG-13. Some of the scariest things I've actually seen have been PG-13. I mean, rated R horror films tend to just have a lot of shock, but as far as telling a compelling, scary story, sometimes it's found in not such a high rating, because then everyone else can see it too. So we'll see how that compares. But yeah, I did not get anything set up. I left it on the title page, so there's gonna be an ad. I don't think any of that's getting picked up, so that's good. Oh boy. So let me play through this ad. But yeah, in the meantime, in the trailer you can immediately see why it got such a you could see where the budget went to. It is special effects heavy, but I think that's like, you can't have a horror film without having special effects. So it makes a fair amount of sense why that is possible. Well, why that happened that way. Impressive of the budget it got. Like, I didn't look up what the original's budget was, but I guarantee it was not that. But I mean, I feel like after Blair Witch, we've already seen the pattern, you know, of, okay, first movie does good, more money for the next one, or more money in this case for the US version. But yeah, I was supposed to be doing what is it? We Summon the Dark. That was supposed to be the one I was doing today, but I just I saw the Grudge and I was like, I was playing Crucible and I was just like, my head hurts. I'm gonna make some tea and chill out. So I decided I'll do the Grudge, and then maybe if I have time, I'll do the Johnny Knoxville horror film. I'll do We Summon the Dark. Is that what it's called? We Summon the Darkness. Yeah. So yeah. You'll hear me sipping some tea. I encourage you get a warm drink if your throat also hurts or you just like chill vibes. It's pointless to say, but I am drinking lavender chamomile. I don't plan on falling asleep during this, but I just needed something warm for my throat. But snacks are encouraged, drinks are encouraged. I'm still trying to figure this whole thing out, so just enjoy it. Wait till after we start this, though, or I guess get it now, pause this, get it, and then we'll start it. Let me make sure my tea is all the way stirred. I've spent too long on this already. I think it's good. Honey tends to blend in pretty well. Okay, that tastes delicious. Let's go. I'm going to do the countdown, and we are going to get into the US version of The Grudge from 2004. Once again, hour and 32 minutes long. So, let's go ahead and hold on. Hold up. It always works out this way. This is what happens when you don't have things set up. Okay. 3, 2, 1, play. Here we go. I'm excited. When I was a kid, the whole idea of The Grudge, like even like in middle school when I saw it, it scared me so much as a kid. So I'm wondering if it'll be the same now. I'm interested to see. Ghost House. Am familiar with him. They had put this in the trailer, so that's interesting. If I can do one missed call, also, I'll do one missed call. I don't know why one missed call is always grouped with Grudge. Like, they're completely different. Also, one I want to do is also Village. The Village. That's an older one I would like to do also. Also, didn't know, Sarah Michelle Gellar, married to Freddie Prinze Jr., like, Freddie and Daphne got together. That's wild. I see what Scary Movie 4 was making fun of now. That would have been Charlie Sheen right there. I might be thinking Scary Movie 3. No, definitely 4. I think 3 is the one that makes fun of 8 Mile and Signs. I like this intro. That's cool. $5 million less than Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2. Let's see how they use this $10 million. I really do like this title sequence. I feel like you do not see that in newer movies, really. Like, I think that's awesome that they did that. She looks like Mac's mom from Sunny in Philadelphia. Kind of. Sorta, kinda. It's the hair. That's the original Grudge, if you want to check it out. Way better, honestly. It's scarier. I think Japanese horror is always just like the pinnacle of scary, like as especially for storytelling. It's so good. It's frightening. Like you could actually use that word. Dang those headphones though. This is such a Citizen Kane camera angle. Orson Welles used to cut out holes in floors in order to get camera angles like that. You don't have to do that anymore though. Because we have technology. Who just decides to do this? I would not. And she just knows, oh, I'm hearing something. Let me just go up into this dark and dusty closet and let me just see what's in the attic. Nice lighter though. It's bedazzled. Why does she have a lighter? Doesn't matter. Is she about to die? And then she became one with the house. I'm pretty sure in 2004 that would have been terrifying. I'm not gonna bash it, but I feel like horror films have been reinvented at least 2 to 3 times. Ew, gross. Since this movie, though. Those are nice jackets. It's Buffy. I had to say it. I promise, no more. Why is he smelling his clothes? He smells the clean clothes, too. Dude, you ruined his whole plan. That would completely just like throw me out of focus, you know? Like, I'm ready to get up. I'm getting my breakfast at a certain time. Like, I'm gonna prepare for a midterm. Trust me. It's a nice watch. When you realize that Buffy is Daphne from Scooby-Doo. I don't know why I never made that connection as a kid. And that's on me. So they just panned a shot of everyone walking in a crosswalk and then showed these two not walking in the crosswalk. Nah, they're just hanging out there. That's way to state the obvious. Well, I guess it wouldn't be obvious, but like, why would you like pray for someone you don't love, you know? Why would you take time out of your day to do that for someone that you didn't love? Oh my gosh. Where is he from? I know him. I know who he is. Snap. I'm going to facepalm so hard because I know this dude. Yeah. I knew I recognized his name when I saw him. He's Josser. And Xena. Joxer? Is that it? He's in Creepshow? Joxer, yeah. Gosh. And Hercules, yeah, that makes sense. Candyman, really? Oh my gosh. This dude got a resume for film. What? He was in the original. That's crazy. Is he really? Or are they just recommending it? It would kind of make no sense. No, he is. Wow. That is interesting. That is really interesting. That's wild. I wonder how many other people are in the original and then the remake. I am making a note of her consistently just stating the obvious. Because I feel like that should be made a note of. But also, I think part of what that scene does right there is shows you she might actually know how to get out of this mess that she is about to get herself into. So, we will see. Yeah, she can't, like, just walk up and open the door. How is that not a note in, like, her file? How long has it been? Given her job, how is she not rushing more? She should have, like, at least in her head, have deduced that maybe that was that lady. Don't just be like, what? What are those hands? She should have been like, oh snap, there's the person I'm taking care of. Clawing and on the ground, this place is a mess. She must be starving, you know? Like, oh, she does not like this service. She probably wants to go with another care center. And it's not even it's not even their fault. It's the chick got sucked into the attic. She got eaten by a ghost. The chick that's playing that lady got the easiest paycheck out of anyone in this film. Don't get sucked into the attic. How does that lady stay in this house? I learned from Inuyasha, when there's stuff like that on something like that, you don't remove it. Just saying. Oh snap, that cat has yellow eyes. Quite literally does not find a cat. Oh, okay, that got me. Oh, I used to have a cat that looked exactly like that. His name was Bat. I will say, angry cats do not make those sounds really at humans. It's like a different type of version of that sound. But they would already be like swatting at you and jumping at you. In other words, this lady got someone squatting in her house. She was found on the floor. First of all, that kid was taped up there. I'm wondering what happened in between the time the chick got sucked into the attic and the time that Sarah Michelle Gellar got here. What happened? That reflection actually got me. It wasn't even supposed to, I don't think. Granted, I mean, if they really wanted to, they would have edited that out. Are those ribs on the counter? Those look like ribs. Ribs sound so nice right now. I'm sorry. That was my cup hitting my mic. Those are my favorite types of sweaters. Can't wait for sweater season. I wonder what that dude that jumped off the balcony has to do with that kid and the chick. And, well, obviously, that's a picture of the. Oh, snap. So. He's the son of. Okay, I ain't gonna try and figure it out. Because it's been a moment since I've seen it. Oh. So that's that one chick's mother's house. So did they used to stay in that house with her? That's why they were in like a hotel? Seemed like a hotel. It's probably an apartment. Hoo hoo hoo. There's some of those special effects. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna have to track down the original and do a side by side comparison, I feel. Flashback, isn't it? Birds of Paradise plant with no flowers on it right there. let's let's look at it from the real estate the real estate investors perspective. He's just gonna be happy to get this house off the market. You know, they don't know there's murderous ghosts in here because of a past experience. She already knows. She already got that look. Looking at ghost. That's a nice jacket. Oh, are they in the room with the closet? 'Cause that's where they were hearing all of those sounds. Why would the chain even be there if it was broke? Well, obviously he survived this because someone purchased the house. They did. I'm sorry. If I was about to say we'll buy this house, but then I saw my real estate agent with one of his sleeves rolled all the way up and half of his shirt wet, I'm gonna be like, we'll think about it. We will strongly think about it, and then I'll try and put two and two together. He was on the floor. That does not look like a travel mug. That was such a weird comment for him to make. Oh, because he doesn't have a newspaper to read? How on earth are you living there then? No, no, or else, like, you quite literally live. Oh my gosh. I don't understand this relationship. It is a difficult language to learn, though. I would like to learn. But it seems like she ain't even really trying. Like, we don't see her practicing at all. Dude, I know what that is. It's ramen. It's all ramen. Those are noodles, dude. Delicious. You can't go wrong with any flavor either. Spicy, not spicy. Are you kidding me? Oh, at least she bought the one she opened. Mmm. I like all ramen, like from a restaurant or just instant. She got a nice sweater too. Whoa, those last few things were reversed. That was interesting. And then I'm assuming there was a kid and some splashing. Oh, the water got knocked over. Dang, she had a whole bowl of ramen. Did not. She didn't do that. You can quite literally even look at like the angle. Oh yeah, or yeah, the strange footsteps. There you go. I don't understand how they kept. Oh my gosh, he's so adorable. I had a cat that looked just like that. Well, he looked more like a little panther, though. He was black with green eyes. He was a bit of a burly boy. The owner of that cat, potentially. He looked like he was eating something on the steps. Oh, is it the little. I know, like, the little kid, he's like synonymous with the cat or something like that. Obviously, the door opens again. Is he not looking at the house being a mess? Like, it looks like a whirlwind. At least Sarah Michelle Gellar was noticing the mess. Like, it is trashed in there. Oh, he notices in that room. He starts to look around. But not around the front door, nope. See what I mean? He's hissing like a cat. Dude, you don't want a cat to jump on you. I'm saying it right now. They will fly at your face. She cool? Oh, great. And he is right in front of the closet. There you go. That had as much jump scare energy as like a music video released in October. That was like the jump scare in Thriller when at the end he turns around and you see his yellow eyes. This the real estate agent? Is he breaking in? Oh no, it's not him. It's Joxer! I almost watched, well, rewatched, because I watched it when I was younger, but I almost rewatched all of Xena, which is not an easy feat. Hey! Okay, so we are back in the now. Dude, she was in that flashback too. He's obviously the detective. I have a hunch. Boom, both detectives. Okay. Sarah Michelle Gellar's name is Karen. I don't know how long it took me to realize that. Is her name really Karen? Dang. Officially, this movie did not age well. I'll have to confirm that. Because I'm not sure. Well, I think that lady, the mother, I think her name is Alex. I think that's what it said on the file. I've not been paying attention to names. I like the energy of that crime scene photographer with his hat backwards. Yoko! She never returned to work! Okay, Sarah Michelle Gellar is Karen. The whole beginning of this film. Okay, obviously law enforcement has to know like the history of this house. That's like something that they usually keep up with, like especially when you're trying to sell a house and there's been like a murder in it. I mean, I don't know about Japan, but I know at least in some parts of America, you have to disclose if someone has died in a house before selling it. Sometimes it could lead to some really cheap houses. He's smart. Did it just clear? Was that what the C element? The answering machine cleared? Or nah? Oh, so they've been looking for the cell phone. I mean, not the cell phone, but the house phone. Watch that. Watch it be in the attic. This house is about to eat a whole entire crime scene investigation team and 2 detectives. Oh no, it's not. I don't think it is. It is. Wow. That's like a portal. That's just where like stuff can like that's the ghost in the house giving them things like, "Oh, you're looking at the messages. Here's the phone. Drop it into an evidence bag." Hair everywhere. That's someone's nightmare. Hey, Yoko's lighter. They walked right past it. They'll see it. They've got to find it. That's saying she quite literally disappeared in the attic. Oh, well, I mean, that's even more concrete proof. Snap, dude. Wait, who is that with her? Wait, that was both of the. That was the husband and wife, because she had on the pink and white striped shirt. So how does he jump off the balcony? But what really happened? Like, I'm not like what really happened, but what happened on paper? What are the police saying happened? Yeah, there's a lot of something. There's a grudge. Ooh, fade to black. That's a little interesting. I don't really like seeing that. That's the sister of the brother. So no one even told her your brother is dead. Does she also live there? She does. Looks like she's wearing Yoko's jacket too. Oh, their whole family's getting followed. They ain't even at the house. I wish I could see the behind the scenes to see how like sounds like that were made, because it sounds like a crocodile. Is that a rabbit's foot on her cell phone? Um, is he really calling now? Nope. Okay. Matthew is dead. The question is... is he the one that jumped off the balcony? Or is he dead in the attic? I'm so confused by that. But now we're getting his sister involved. The ghost is also haunting his sister. I'm not saying those are special effects, but that's like post-production, I think. She is booking it. Gosh, that's some dedicated acting right there. They have servers in their security room? Get her some water. But also, you just sent him to his death, most likely. That's how this game works. And she's gonna witness it. She's gonna watch it. That must have been the room that she got scared at. Oh. It's cool. Checks out. Snap. I've actually been into this. I didn't even do a time call out. We are at 44:50. That's how much time is left. That's funny. There's where your $10 million went. I mean, obviously not just there, but... Does she know something's like up? Does she know what's happening? Or does she just like think she's seeing weird things? That's a nice car. Nice type of car. For a taxi. Wait, did she... She's not back at the building. Different building. I would have Mace out, like, ready to go. Or something. I wouldn't trust any of this. Nothing's well lit. It's super quiet. Her rabbit's foot. Matthew. Matthew. Don't believe it. It's late. He has a wife. He's not just gonna see his sister in the middle of the night. And he wouldn't be up there that quick. Those masks on the wall. That's dope. Sorry, finishing my tea through a straw. Don't drink hot liquids through a straw though. Call him BS. So you hide underneath your covers. Oh, she gave it back. What? A ghost can't return an item? I guess it's not returning it. Dude, this ghost does not care and has no chill. It sucked people into the attic. It just sucked her under the covers. Just gone. Disappeared. Poof. Like I'm stuck in a horror film. I only know how to kill vampires. Oh, that's true. That was quite literally her first day on that job. That's weird, is what that detective is thinking, because he knows the story because he's in law enforcement. This better be his chance to, like, share. Oh, yeah. There's the cat! Oh my gosh. Did I see a ghost? See, she on the right track. Okay. That's what it looks like, but isn't it the ghost? Oh snap. What if he got pulled up there into thinking, like, oh, I'm killing this monster or this ghost, and plot twist, it's your wife. Wait, so did his sister's uh boyfriend or husband or whatever, is he the one that jumped off the balcony? Since the incident. I wonder how his midterm went. Is he an architect now? Oh, he's studying. Yeah, they don't look busy, but it looks like it's gonna be busy later. Like, never did I believe I would live in a time where a name would have a different connotation. Like Karen. That was pretty good, but I feel like the face was a little too big for the reflection. But I guess that happens when you're superimposing. Printers used to look like that. Here's a famous scene. This has, like, psycho vibes. But, I mean, shower scenes happen in horror movies a lot, and I think it kind of is to pay homage to that scene. I'm gonna go ahead and fact check myself on that one. Joxer! Is it like anyone who enters that house or what? Why is this happening to them? Oh, it's Yoko. Snap. How did they not find her body? I don't think that was supposed to happen. I don't I don't know if that slip was real. She did. Dude. That was a pretty nice camera angle. Ah, it's Yoko's jawbone. Yahoo! Hey, I just watched a documentary about the world's greatest hacker or something like that, and they had mentioned how during this time Yahoo was the biggest site. I remember it being a massive site. It was a very popular site back then. Also, the detectives didn't disclose the information. She finding out for herself. Okay, so that's the husband. Oh, okay, so that's Peter. Matthew's the one that died in the house. Oh, he's watching the old footage. Oh, I wonder if he's gonna see it. Is he gonna see what happened? No, my pen. Sorry, I have a fountain pen. It has to stay upright. Oh, he doesn't see anything? Or... Interesting. Oh, is he gonna see it? There it goes. A ghost with the power to make her eyes come into focus and go out of focus. Impressive. Okay, I just had to read a fact real quick about Peter on Wikia. I'm so confused now. If she wrote that, but oh gosh. It might just be me too. Sorry, I just hit my mic. Oh, he went to Peter's wife's house? We are on 2753. That's how much is left. I know it feels like somebody's watching me. Interesting. Every single picture. That's wild. That's what's really scary about that. Is that it's every single picture. He's wearing a corduroy jacket. Way to switch it up. Corduroy actually lasts a fairly long time. This is interesting. Kitty! They played those reversing bell sounds again. Hey, a ship in a bottle. So the kid was already dead even when Peter went there? Okay. At least we know now. It's it's just it's told so just out of it's such a random order. I love these like turning shots. These are nice. Yeah, we read that on the title card. Is his detective friend the detective that was on that case? Or. Oh, he's friends with both of those guys. Flashback. This has to obviously be a flashback. Oh snap. Gasoline cans. I haven't done it yet, but when I do the commentary for Willy's Wonderland, one thing to mention: gasoline cans. How many people died in there? And now there's pronounced ticking of a clock. Guess you could say ticking of a talk too. Is there intention in all of her papers being spread out like that? This ghost is a mess. These ghosts. No wonder. It seems like it's multiples. It may seem. Oh, snap. Now she's running out in the middle of the street. What is the point of this scene right there? You're telling me, oh, 'Cause he's heading there. So the detective is earlier, earlier that night, 'cause the gas cans are right there. She's the only one that figured it out. Oh, it's too late for him now. We were at 16.5. That don't even sound like him. I wouldn't even. I'd be like, dude's gone. I'm I'm not going to that house. I get it. I'm an exchange student, but I'm gonna take the next plane out of here. Is she standing in the flashback now? He kept looking like he was actually noticing her in the flashback for a moment. Those are some nice pictures. The father had the grudge? Who's... I'm gonna keep... I want to ask, who is actually holding this grudge right now? Because it seems like it's the dad who's holding the grudge. This is a pretty cool part. Oh, she is in the flashback. This is so interesting. So it would have to be the whole family that's up there. Oh, so it's just the wife. Oh, no wonder he jumped off the balcony then. He quite literally saw her dead body, so so what? He just decides to leave the kid there? That's so obviously it's his grudge. But why is his wife killing random individuals that enter this house? Why isn't it him that's just going around being angry? We're doing the last time call out. It is 7:32. Oh, this is a famous scene too. Obviously another use of not most of their budget, but significant. Oh, it's too late for him. See, if her husband is the one who is holding the grudge, then why are they haunting the place? And she teleports. Unless that was Yoko. Like, obviously, this house is filled with ghosts. Just leave. Just get out of the house. Oh, even better. Yep, that works. Do it. Yep. GG. GG, Sarah Michelle Gellar. Another flashback. Is it a flash forward? For once? For the movie of flashbacks? I guess we'll see. Who's under the autopsy blanket? Oh, it's a flashback, isn't it? Nope, flash forward. She survived. I mean, some. Rarely do people not survive. One person not survive the horror movie. I could think of some instances, but. Someone has to. Not even like tell the tale, but they have to experience the rest of their life knowing that happened to them. She has to identify his body. This is kind of why there's a sequel. Oh, snap. That's a good ending. That was really good. That was a good film. Okay, so yeah. That was a really good film. Where honestly, where do I start? Where do I start? It's honestly of everything I've watched so far in these commentaries, the series of commentaries, which it hasn't been a lot. I can still name everything I've seen so far during these commentaries. I've seen a lot more movies in general, but a lot more horror films. But yeah, I guess this is why we have notes. So starting from the top, Joxer. I like how that was the first thing I wrote. Ted Raimi. That's Joxer from Xena. Okay, so like like we found out, fun fact, he was also in the original Grudge, which is really cool. Also, apparently I was really upset at Sarah Michelle Gellar's character Karen playing, not playing, stating the obvious. Because I wrote that in here too. And I guess it is a little ironic. When I wrote that, she was talking about how they were like burning incense or something in order to carry their prayers to their dead loved ones. And then she burnt the house down. So, stating the obvious, because in the end, that is a way more amped up version of what happened, right? Also, I wrote the question. I wrote the question who was in the attic, but I think it's safe to say the people that if I wrote this at hold on. Let me look at my notes. It had to be Matthew dying with his wife in the attic. They died in the attic. Yoko died in the attic. And the wife died in the attic. They all died in the attic. The cat's a ghost. I just realized that. This cat was drowned in the bathtub. I'm not quite sure how the kid died. But yes, it was definitely Peter who jumped off the balcony. See, okay, this is what I'm saying. The way this story is told is just... I'm creating a timeline. I'm enjoying the film, but I also have to, in my brain, create a timeline of what happened. So, and I think I got it. And I get it. If I was just watching this and I wasn't commentating on it while watching it, I probably could be able to understand the whole thing, because I'd be putting a lot more brain power into following it. But, yeah. Plus, I mean, I would take the time to... My thing was, it was a little confusing, because anytime they would, show people and how they died and stuff, you're trying to recognize people, and usually I would just, pause it real quick, or I would, go backwards, and I'm not doing that for these. But, yeah. Definitely Peter off the balcony, Matthew and his wife in the house. Matthew and his wife were the ones that had their mom staying there. And they were staying there too. And they also had a care lady. So Yoko, I guess, didn't know that the husband and wife were dead. Also, I think putting this in a time frame, it seems like everyone's dying very rapidly, pretty quickly. It feels like this happens in the span of a week. Which is interesting. I put it was kind of hard to follow because there was a lot of people. That's true. I also wrote I love black cats, because that is also true. But I put talking about trying to follow the story. I wrote that several times, because at times you would get it and at times it would be confusing. I feel like that's probably where I would look at the reviews, but maybe someone has mentioned that you really gotta be on your toes. Let's name the people. You got the family. You got the family of 3. You got Matthew, his wife, his mom. You have Joxer. You have Sarah Michelle Gellar. You have the other guy that jumps off the balcony. Technically his wife, if you want to think about it. She is in that opening scene. And she ends up getting talked to, too. You have the detective. We're already at 11 people, and it keeps going. And those are people that are, basically reoccurring around the main story, It's a lot. It is a lot to follow, definitely. I did put it's confusing quite a few times. And we know what Peter did, so I don't know why I was asking that so much. These are all in my notes. Their issue with storytelling, yeah. Oh yeah, so there was when the detective was finally having that rooftop talk with Karen, and they were talking about just everything that had happened in that house, and there was a revolving shot. There were some good camera angles. I genuinely smiled at the camera angles in this, because that one where I was talking about, this totally would have been a camera angle that Orson Welles did. There's where it's so low and at such a high angle, it just reminded me of that. And I think I was remembering a camera angle from Citizen Kane or something, obviously. one of those Orson Welles movies. But yeah, this revolving angle that they did on that rooftop, I feel like, you know, storytelling wise through a camera specifically, that is a very not even quote unquote, that is a very, no pun intended, pivotal moment. Not just because it's rotating, but because like they're transitioning from the point of not knowing at least some inkling of what on earth is going on to, hey, this is what happened in that house, you know? And so it's ironic that they would use that moving transition to do that. It was really interesting, but also there were quite a few shots, like the shot where Karen's walking down the hallway, she passes the mirror, but also the ghost of the wife is in the mirror. That I like that shot too. There were a few times where I was just like, wow, that is some pretty, it's nice cinematography, which you don't really need in a horror film, but it just, once you learn how to point it out, you're just like, it's a little extra on top, you know? So I enjoyed that, definitely. I don't know if I read what this film got on IMDb. I usually try to make a note of it, or at least I'm trying to these days to make a note of it. I did find out that on the original Grudge and the original One Missed Call, not the same director. Definitely not. You should look into that if you have a chance. I don't know why I was thinking it would be, because I remember One Missed Call looking completely different from Grudge. So hold on, give me a second. I'm gonna pull up the American Grudge and find that IMDb score, which is 5.9 out of 10, which is not bad. Really, it's not. I feel like it's slightly lower where it should be, so that's like an average, you know? Because that's, oh gosh, how the story is being told is really a beef of mine. I wonder how it's going to compare to the original. So that's going to be fun. If I can track down the original, I will try and get it however I can, honestly. I was like, is the detective dead too? And then you realize he dies, yeah. Oh my goodness. I think this also goes to why the storytelling was so difficult, but the flashbacks. So many flashbacks. And I get it. There were a little bit of like, you know, subtle transition like flashbacks. Like you could tell when they were going forward, but it was subtle enough that you could catch it, but it wasn't anything just like over exaggerated. But it's dizzying the amount of times. It's like you're keeping up with 3 different timelines, and they just keep jumping around to each one. And then they add a 4th timeline, which is like when they went back to when the detective died. And you're just like, so we pretty much just had a flashback to quite literally like 30 minutes earlier, or even an hour. Who knows? But it jumps all over the place. And then they do a flash forward, and it's like the audacity. Flashing forward when you've had us like built into thinking about flashbacks. Like that turns your idea of a timeline upside down when they do that. Because especially at the end, because you've watched this whole entire movie only knowing that, okay, they're going to be doing flashbacks. Then they hit you with that flash forward. It was probably meant to, I don't know, do some sort of like conveying of time passing or whatever, but gosh, it didn't do it that well. So I did have an issue with the flashbacks. So I see why it landed where it landed on the IMDb score. The ending picked up really quick. which I like when that happens, especially in more suspenseful horror films. What did they have it as on here? Is it considered horror thriller? Thriller. What does Google say? Horror thriller, yeah. I wrote, this movie is nothing but flashbacks. Oh, I guess another beef of mine. Not really a beef, but it bugged me that in the flashback where Karen is being told, well, she's being shown Peter's involvement and why, basically connecting the puzzle pieces to why Peter jumped off the balcony and why the wife and son are dead and the cat. And the dude that plays Peter is quite literally two things that bug me. When someone looks at a camera and they're not supposed to acknowledge the camera, and when someone is acknowledging someone in a shot that is supposed to be in a flashback. It's so weird. And it, like, even like, oh gosh, it's just a weird scene all around, honestly. I could pick it apart for like a few more minutes at least, but I'm not going to. But yeah. Also, I think the biggest question for me is, why is the wife and child haunting and not the husband? I just don't get that. Like, I kept asking, like, who is the one holding the grudge? But the black and white scene where he's, like, literally driven mad by, her stalking this dude, I think I realized, oh yeah, he's the one with the grudge. But, like, why isn't it him holding the grudge after he dies? Why are the wife and child haunting? I feel like it should be the other way around. That was a pretty big question I was just kind of left with. I know it's unintentional, like they don't intend on someone having that question, but I guess maybe if I go back and look at that very beginning, the whole saying about the grudge, maybe that will answer it for me. Maybe I'm just lost in this. But yeah, okay. That is that. That's all I have for notes. $10 million budget. Like I said, $5 million less than what I am considering so far in this series of film commentaries. Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2 had $15 million, and they made a horrible film. The Grudge, $10 million, and it was exceptional. Honestly, we're gonna see how the original ranks up, which I remember it being way better. So this is gonna be good. This was a very well-rounded film. Like, if you wanted to just throw something on a Friday night, you could throw this on. You're not gonna be like, gosh, the acting's horrible. The acting was great. Except for that one flashback scene where the dude was constantly recognizing Sarah Michelle Gellar. Except for that. Other than that, it was great. You could just watch it. You could watch it and just, like, know the story. Like, none of the jump scares were too big. I remember back in the day, like, this movie and, like, Signs were really big and people were really afraid of the jump scares. And Signs only had one jump scare. But, yeah. I feel like it does deserve a bit of a higher score. I'm going to read some reviews on it. I know the common saying is the fact that they made $87.2 million. So tell me, oh gosh, I don't want to just be upset about that, but I'll just say it. Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2 put $15 million into their budget. and made less than The Grudge. And The Grudge had a smaller budget. That says something. People do not have to defend Book of Shadows, Blair Witch 2. The numbers do not lie. Also, maybe their marketing campaign did a lot better. I don't know if Blair Witch 2 even had a marketing campaign, except for Blair Witch 1 seeming like it was its marketing campaign. But yeah, I will go ahead and do a double check on that before I get out of here. By the way, The Grudge came out in 2004, Blair Witch 2 came out in 2000. Let's type in box office. But yeah. Yeah. So they made $47.7 million at the box office. And I will never forget that budget. I just won't. Gosh. And these back then would have been like pretty big-sized films, you know? Budget-wise, like monetarily, budget and box office-wise. So, I don't know. Something to think about. Just some food for thought. So, yeah. I would definitely keep this in like a collection of horror films. The Grudge, yes. Blair Witch, because you're like obligated to. There are others, but as I go through these film commentaries, I guess I'll just state that, you know? I'm gonna make a note of that. But okay, yeah, let's get out of here. I'm Polly, and this has totally not been a film commentary about The Grudge, the US version from 2004. I will see you guys. Make sure you check out all of my other content on my channel. I do a bunch of other things, and I stream on Twitch. So yeah, there's links all over the place. You'll find them. I'll see you. Peace.